Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan Cast NFL previews. Today, next on the list, AFC South.
Weird ass division, sir.
Yeah, but surprisingly, has the top dog, in my opinion. I feel like the obvious top dog. There's no other place to start than the division winners of last year. Jacksonville Jaguars.
But Juan, they got to subscribe and stuff before we do that. Come on.
Go ahead.
Oh, can I do it?
Go ahead.
Guys, if you're watching this video, if you like any other content like this, MJC Originals, podcast, little funny stuff we do here and there, click on the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave comments down below. If you're a Titans fan, like our boy Peyton back in the day. If you're a Jags fan, like never met one before. If you're a Houston fan, met a few in college. Shout out to my boy Dalton. If you're a Colts fan, shout out to Jim Irsay on the Orca. You already know.
Jonathan Taylor is on our next podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
I wish.
All right. All that good stuff out of the way. Just remember to hit that like button, bro. That helps out a lot. Jacksonville Jaguars. Head coach Doug Peterson back at it again. OC Press Taylor. DC Mike Caldwell. Last year, 9-8.
What a difference a year can make.
Exactly.
What a difference a coach can make.
Worst to first. 9-8, first in the division. Lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round.
Was a game.
And won a playoff game. That's fucking insane, man. Shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Some of the storylines from no expectations to expectations. Me and Max love to say this. It's different when the expectations are on you.
Hunter versus hunted.
Yes, most definitely. And it's kind of something like what the Bengals went through last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this was the whole thing with them. It's like, oh, I did it 1 year. Okay, 1 year wonders. That's cool. Do it again. That's what the Jags are in this year. They got more talent than ever. It's all about taking this next leap, bro. They got the Trayvon Walkers of the world, breakout, potential players. Calvin Ridley.
Coming back, yeah.
Could
be a huge thing.
So there's a lot of big things about this team, man. Let's go over some key additions. Not many, but some. Anton Harrison, Oklahoma tackle.
Might have to play a big role early with Cam Robinson being suspended. That's for damn sure.
Exactly. Dearness Johnson.
Dearness.
And technically Calvin Ridley was last year, but Calvin Ridley back.
Correct. Yeah, I like that one. Coming off a suspension.
Exactly.
Rash of gambling stuff going on in the NFL.
Yeah.
Another time, another video.
Some of the losses that they had. Right tackle, Jawan Taylor, Marvin Jones, wide receiver, and edge, former Raider, Arden Key. All right. So
tell me what you think about this team, man. Like,
I love them.
What do you think like the ceiling is? Like,
I love them. I think they can win the Super Bowl with this team.
I wouldn't go that far, but I think
they're a contender.
Yeah, definitely think they're a power to be. Like, you kind of got to take them seriously.
Yeah.
There's no more just sleeping on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence took a leap last year. Again, Doug Peterson did a tremendous job. Phenomenal. Way to replace that fucking bum, Urban Meyer. Fuck that guy.
So I got one question for you.
What's up?
Why don't you think they're a Super Bowl contender?
I just think they're missing a few guys. Like, I look at their weapons. I'm not like, ooh.
Really?
Yeah, really. I don't love Calvin Ridley. It's my only good receiver. Like, Zay Jones is good. Evan Ingram. The offensive line kind of worries me. I love ETN. But then the defense. Who's your cover corner outside of Tyson Campbell? They cut Shaq Griffin, who was not really that good for them, who signed a bag. That's what I'm worried about, one. And I think they're just a little too young. Granted, this is really their second year. I feel like that Urban year was so bad, it's like a wash. Like that last year was Trevor's rookie year. Yeah. Now he's a sophomore.
Right.
But, Doug Peterson, last time he had a really good quarterback in his sophomore year. Guy almost won MVP, Carson Wentz.
And that's where I'm getting to, man. I'm going to tell you the whys.
Okay, tell me.
Weak division. Check.
Big check.
Number 2, franchise quarterback. Check. Super Bowl winning head coach experience. Well enough to get the job done. Check. Wide receivers. Check. Running back. Check. Offensive line. Check. Defense could be a little shaky, yes, but
untapped potential.
But my opinion, shut down corner and Tyson Campbell and star edge rusher and Josh Allen, who I do think is going to get a lot of credit this year because they're going to be more on the radar team. I have complete faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Like, call it? No. That's very hard. A lot of stuff has to go involved in there. But are they a contender? 1,000%. I would say they have the same amount of contender of a Buffalo Bills. That's the way I feel about them. That's how high I think of Trevor Lawrence.
Wow.
That's how high I think of this team. I do not think last year was a fluke. I think Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, like, they're going to have big years. And I can't wait to watch them.
I can't wait either. I'm really excited for this team. The over-under is 9.5. I'm go over. I didn't really think about it that much. I feel like, 2 games a year versus the Colts, 2 games a year versus the Texans. Tennessee, not in my opinion, has fallen off a little bit. We'll get into them in just a few moments, but I like the 9.5. I think 10's a pretty easy mark. They got 9 last year, and it was kind of like started off good, had a little crappy stretch, then kind of came back strong. I'm pretty confident in this team.
Yeah. Let's get into the worst case scenario. Things what to fall off. What would be the reason why?
I can't really see a really bad scenario. It's just kind of like, the expectations get to them. They struggle. Mm-hmm. I think even worst case, this team can make the playoffs. I think even worst case, they go 8-9, they can make it. I don't really see like an Urban Meyer type year.
Right, like falling down a fucking cliff.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I love the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I'm so happy that they're back. I think the league is just funner when they're doing good. And Trevor Lawrence, he's a guy where everyone was kind of scared, calling him a bust way too early in his rookie year.
Well, he definitely, like we pointed out, if he was going to be a bust, that was the way to do it. Let's just fuck him over every turn.
And I absolutely love ETN this year, dude. I think
got to work on the ball security a little bit.
Got to work on the ball security, but as far as him being more involved, it's going to be 100% this year. I thought they were doing some weird stuff with James Robinson last year. At some points he would out-carry him.
Then they randomly traded him.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah, because they finally seen like, okay, like ETN's our guy. Like, he's good enough. And I felt like he proved that last year, and he's going to have a really, really good fucking year. What's your expectations for Calvin Ridley? Honestly. Because I think he's going to do really good.
I think he'll do fine. Maybe 1,000. I wouldn't expect, 1,500 or something. Like 1,200 yards, something like that. He's a good player.
Is he capable of being the alpha number one on a team?
I mean, no, I wouldn't put him in the class of alphas. Like you're talking about like a Justin Jefferson, or?
I mean, of course.
I think he's like a few tiers down from that.
Okay. I think after this year, we're going to be changing our opinion on Calvin Ridley. Let's just say that.
Maybe me. I'll be changing mine. You sound like you already have a good opinion of him.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him on the Justin Jefferson
I know you're a gambler, so maybe you guys got to stick together.
But I love myself some Calvin Ridley, and I love myself some Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I'm very high on them. Over on that 9.5, most definitely. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans, who are a fucking handful to deal with. And I mean that in the greatest way possible, because it's hard to fucking bet with this team. It's hard to predict with them.
They got a new OC too. Out with Todd Downing.
Yeah.
In with Tim Kelly.
Good riddance.
I would say so, yeah. 7.5's over under 1. That number seems a little low to me. But, the more I look about it, they added DeAndre Hopkins. Just, I'm not sure how to, I'm split on these guys, Juan. I'm going to need some convincing, because when I made the graphic, let me rephrase. When I was doing it and I put down my over-unders in my own head.
You were shocked at what my answer was.
No, I wasn't shocked by that. I was more gung-ho on the Colts. And now with this Jonathan Taylor shit happening, I'm like, if they go under, the Tennessee's going over.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared of what I thought. And, they did get better. They got some talent. They got Peter Skoronski, Will Levis, Azeez Al-Shaair, D-Hop. Who'd they really lose? Nate Davis, Bud Dupree?
Yeah, Robert Woods.
No one big.
Yeah.
And they said Treylon Burks was looking good.
Mm-hmm. Look,
it's Vrabel too. Vrabel's such a good fucking coach, man.
Yeah, we look over some of the storylines. Vrabel stock. Is it time for rock bottom? I think this team was very close last year at times of throwing in the towel as far as like a franchise goes. Like, okay, like we have Derrick Henry, let's go ahead and trade him. Ryan Tannehill's ass, like let's go with the young guy, Malik Willis, throw in the towel. But they just didn't at certain times. Like, one thing that pops out to me about the Tennessee Titans and what embodies them is how they stood into that game against the Kansas City Chiefs, where I've seen one of the worst quarterback performances
ever.
And they were in the game.
Like one pass, two passes.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And you know what? I'm being hard on the kid, but as far as
that game,
team with the inability to trust their quarterback, let's just say that in a nicer way.
Yeah.
But I thought it was all grit, and it's all fucking coaching with them. And I'm confident in that. Who's going to play quarterback? I don't know. I've been hearing different things. You know, Will Levis looks trash.
Looks good.
Malik Willis looking like he's better this year.
Do you hear Skoronski's starting left guard right now? They have Andre Dillard at tackle.
I mean, fuck it. I mean,
it'll still be good.
Yeah, like he's gonna be an all-pro from the guard position. But you bring up their additions, Hopkins, and when that move first happened with Hopkins, I looked at it like, what the fuck are you doing, Hopkins? Why do you think this team is suitable for you so late in your career? Should be ring chase.
I think he took the money.
Yeah, he took the money. But I think part of him, he looks at the culture of the Tennessee Titans. And, like, these dudes are dogs. And I love Derrick Henry. You know what he's going to bring. The offensive line is good. We just got to get that quarterback in fucking line. And they're going to have to find different ways to win, weird ways to win football games. But I have confidence that they are, man. And my hope for it is that Malik Willis comes out of the pack. And I feel like he should be able to give him more.
Still got some Malik stock.
I do. I got a little bit. And I feel like they'll be a little bit more dynamic with him. Because Hopkins, as far as like do you feel like he's like a timing guy? Like someone...
You just kind of give him a chance.
Right.
Get it.
So I feel like Malik will be a better quarterback for him. Throw that shit up, bro. Let Hop fucking...
I think Tannehill can still be good.
Tannehill can still be good, but I think...
The ceiling is lower.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. So...
I'm going to go under, though, to be honest with you. And just don't believe in a few of these guys. Like, I want to like it. The defense...
So what's worst case? Feel like your worst case?
Worst case is just no quarterback solution. It's kind of like 5-11, and they're competitive in 5-12, and they're competitive in a bunch of fucking games.
Because they're going to have to play Houston twice, and they play the Colts twice.
I know, but that division...
And I think they can sweep both of those teams.
No one can sweep anyone in this fucking division. That's the only problem.
I think there's a team in there that's never beaten them. I want to say it's the
Texans, I would say.
I think it's the Texans have never beat the
Vrabel Titans.
I think so. One of those. It's all fucking weird in that division.
I know.
But okay, yeah.
I know the Colts can't beat the Jags.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I like their defense, man.
It is scary, to be honest. And if they could get anything out of Caleb Farley, that'd be great.
Yeah,
he's injured. Mm-hmm. Tough look for me and you on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
but 7.5. They won
7 last.
They won 7 last year. I feel like they can win more. They can win about 8 to 9 games, and this is me being risky. This is me being risky. I hope I get this one over you at the end of the year and I fucking squeak it out. But I might be fucking looking pissed off in January where Tannehill is fucking done. Derrick Henry is traded and Hopkins is a fucking corpse.
They could really fire sale the fuck out of this team.
Yeah, it really can, dude. So we'll see what happens. I'm going over. Max is going under. Any other thoughts on the Titans?
No, not really. And is there like a fire sale for the next team we're going to talk about too? Is there like a world where they fire sale the Colts?
Mm-hmm. I think so. And this one was especially hard with the Colts.
Oh my God, man.
Shane Steichen, new head coach. Jim Bob Cooter comes over, OC. And Gus Bradley, defense coordinator. Last year, 4-12 and 1. Third in the division, missed the playoffs. One of the most wrong things that we have got on this podcast was the Indianapolis Colts last year. I don't remember something that we were so confident about that we got so fucking wrong.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was a fucking train wreck.
And there was just a shithole of a season, like bringing in Jeff Saturday.
That will go down in fucking history. Two things: the fact that the Colts were so bad that they hired Jeff Saturday to play fucking coach for a couple fucking weeks, and number two, Jeff Saturday beating the fucking Raiders.
You said it.
But I'm so back and forth about this team. Obviously, the big storyline, Anthony Richardson. They draft the
Number 4.
Yeah, super athletic kid out of Florida, quarterback. A lot of people like to say Cam Newton reincarnated. Jonathan Taylor, who has drama right now, not with the team. Weird things going on. And
Jim Irsay saving the whales and shit.
Yeah, and all that said, let's see if Shaq Leonard can get back to.
Is it still Shaq?
Let's see.
It's only been downhill since he changed the Shaq.
Right. So a lot of things to consider here. Other additions: Julius Brents from K-State.
Yeah, big corner.
Yeah, Isaiah McKenzie. Some of the losses that they had: Paris Campbell, Bobby Oriki goes to the Giants. Both of those guys go to the Giants. Stephon Gilmore got traded.
Gilly.
Yeah, to Dallas. And Matt Ryan.
Retired.
On the couch somewhere in the world. Fucking Matt Ryan. Pisses me off. Oh, my goodness. Okay. All this comes down to, do you believe in a rookie head coach with a rookie quarterback?
Yes.
That's super underdeveloped.
Yes.
I think so too.
Because I think I'm that fucking crazy. If they get Jonathan Taylor in the fucking fold, I'll be like, yeah, I like it.
I just feel like there's gonna be ugly fucking like games though, and I wanted to go under. I really did.
I did too, but 6.5 is pretty fucking low. Yeah,
that's super low. So I had to go over.
And I think the defense is gonna bounce back in a big fucking way. Like, dude, Shaq Leonard's coming back. He's such an emotional leader for them. Yeah. Freaking Julius Brents, his name's Juju, I guess.
Just that's his nickname.
No, is listed on the depth chart. Juju Brents.
Juju Brents, I guess.
That's new. Kenny Moore might bounce back for me.
Lightning in the bottle. 6.5 for me. I feel like they're gonna hit 6. Knowing our luck, they'll hit 6, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I feel like Anthony Richardson is gonna start off slow and end hot.
I think he's going to start hot.
You think so?
You get cold. I think they're going to run the fuck out of the ball. That O-line needs to step up, man.
It was so underwhelming.
So bad last year. Quentin Nelson was a shell of himself. Ryan Kelly. Who's their right tackle? Braden Smith.
Yeah. Now, some of those guys got hurt, so they started experimenting with other young players, and they were just bad. Flat out. They were just bad. So we got to look to the Colts and hope for a brighter future, man, especially with a guy like Anthony Richardson. But a guy like Jonathan Taylor, you got to be able to utilize him right now, man. And
be a rookie quarterback's best friend.
Exactly. So as far as the receiver goes, do you like Alec Pierce?
I like him.
I like Michael Pittman. I feel like they're really good number 2s, though. At the end of the day,
I think they're just not like scary guys. So it's kind of like, oh, we can always just play these guys like straight up in their face. They ain't running by shit.
They definitely fit Anthony Richardson because
big bodies.
Yeah, they're big bodies.
I want to call someone out on the Colts before we do the over under. Kwity Paye. A lot of people's number 1 pass rusher, Kwity Paye. Who's the other guy? It was Kwity Paye or Jalen Phillips. Mm-hmm. I want to see something out of Kwity Paye, man. I need to see some flashes.
Yeah. Anything else on the Colts, Max?
No. I'm going over. Not by a lot.
I'm going over too, just because the number is so low. Knowing our luck, I think they're going to hit 6. But we'll see, man. Best case scenario, RG3 looking year. That's pretty good. That's a playoff berth.
Kind of what I want to see. I want to see Anthony Richardson do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
There might be some growing pains with him, but
worst case scenario, I would reword this and say Anthony Richardson bust. Like, just flashes of it. Like, there is a possibility he can be really fucking bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know there's possibilities of everything, but, like, it's very high with him. He's an underdeveloped quarterback who has big inaccuracy issues.
Yeah, just run the ball.
Kill him.
Lamar that shit.
RG3 that shit. Fucking bust out his knee.
Boy's a little tank.
Fuck, man. I'm nervous about
There's a lot of rookie quarterbacks that could be in this division, though. Just thought about it. From Stroud to Richardson to Levis, maybe.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Stroud. The Houston Texans, who have a whole new fucking deal going on.
I think they finally got a plan.
Yeah.
They're like life after Deshaun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they bring in DeMeco Ryans.
Texan great.
49er great. Because I know the Niners are going to miss this guy.
For sure.
And he came under the radar for me. I didn't think he was going to be that good. Because they wound up losing Saleh. And I'm like, okay, like their defense is going to take a step back. No, their defense is going to get even fucking better with DeMeco Ryans.
And there's a lot of new people in the building. They brought in a lot of people. They got CJ Stroud, Will Anderson, Sheldon Rankins, Jimmy Ward's coming. Mm-hmm. And they're getting John Mechie back, who sat out last year with cancer as a rookie. Really good slot guy. They didn't lose anybody. There wasn't really much to lose on this team.
Right.
Davis Mills, you're a backup. Good job.
Yeah.
Let's see what this team can do, Juan. That's the story. It's just, what can CJ Stroud do? What can Will Anderson do? And maybe a Damian Pierce has a big fucking year in him, something like that. I mean, the O-line's pretty good. Yeah. Tunsil, Green, Shrugs, Mason, Howard.
Yeah. And I like some of the additions under the radar, like a Sheldon Rankins, and especially a guy like Jimmy Ward, who's coming over from San Francisco.
Yeah, maybe he gets in Stingley's ass a little bit.
Yeah, and he could be the communicator of what DeMeco Ryans brings. You always want those players in the locker room
who kind of know, yeah.
Exactly, like that can ride for this guy. Like, hey, we do this right. We do it like this. This is the way it looks. This is NFC Championship berths.
Yeah.
Like number one defense type shit.
100%. Dude, and there's some people I like on this team. Like, I like Kirksey still. I like Christian Harris.
Dude.
Stingley and Petrie.
My goodness.
They
showed flashes.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think Stingley kind of got lost in the sauce. Excellent.
Well, yeah, they were bad. So a little bit more of Petrie than Stingley. You know, he didn't have the Sauce Gardner fucking,
Picks,
look
cheesehead.
good. Exactly. So he didn't have those games. He played for the Houston Texans, who put their chips in last year on Davis Mills, and it was a fucking failure. Okay? But this is what I feel like more teams should do, Max. Wash your hands quick. Get the dirt off of you. Start over. Don't be afraid.
I don't think CJ Stroud's going into a dumpster fire.
I don't think so. Everything's new. Everyone is learning.
And they've kind of built it out over 2 years of quarterback hell. Like I said, the worst thing for me as a rookie is when they come into a trash O-line.
Yeah.
Like, Bryce Young might have a shitty O-line, but Laramie Tunsil, like I said, is good. Kenyon Green, Shaq Mason's a fucking longtime vet in the game. These are guys who can get it done.
Now, we're talking a lot of up for the Houston Texans. But at the end of the day, all these guys are wet behind the ears.
Very wet.
And CJ Stroud, I don't think it's going to be enough. Damian Pierce, who I love, and I think you love too. Damian Pierce.
I think I like him too. It's 5.5, the over-under. I think there's going to be a lot of heartbreak this year. A lot of competitive. Game kind of gets away from you. I'm going under. But I don't think it's going to be the dumpster fire it was 2 years ago. It's kind of like
they're a year behind of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be the Justin Fields year last year. It's like, fuck, we're really bad, but there's promise. Right. There's promise.
We have to see flashes from everyone. We have to instill.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got 6 or 7 games. I wouldn't be shocked. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, if they win a lot of games, no one's going to be shocked. It just means
playoffs, shocking.
Yeah, but that means CJ Stroud is the fucking real deal.
Yeah, which he could be. I think he will be.
Yeah, some people like him a little bit more than others, but you have to love the moves, man. Like them moving up to get Will Anderson, that's kind of ballsy. That's kind of ballsy for the fucking position that they're in. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna get a fucking franchise quarterback, and we're gonna get the franchise.
They picked 2, then 3.
Yeah,
that's
nuts, bro. So we'll see how they do. We're gonna both pick under. With cautious. This fucking division is weird, bro. It's gonna be fucking just weird ass games in general. We already know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Houston Texans go like what 3-3 in the division.
Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave some teams some nightmares. Like, fuck, we got to beat these guys.
What else on the Houston Texans? Nothing else.
I don't think we got it, man. There's just a lot of young guys to watch out for.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's going to do it. Let's go ahead and pick our awards. Coach of the year. Who you going with?
Doug Peterson.
Dougie P?
Dougie P.
I'm going to go with Vrabel.
Oh, I like Vrabel.
I feel like Vrabel's going to get a lot of votes if they wind up succeeding because
a lot
their
of
quarterback situation, all that stuff.
Right. MVP?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
Almost
Lawrence,
said Terrence Lawrence.
I like Trevor Lawrence, yeah. Defense player of the year.
Josh Allen. I feel like he's going to have a fucking breakout year, dude.
Trayvon Walker. Big things from the rookie.
Man.
From a sophomore now.
Yeah. One of those sophomore fucking climbs, bro.
Jalen Petrie was up there for me.
You know what?
Jalen Petrie.
On the surface, this division looked boring to talk about at first.
Not, though.
But it's
a lot
fun.
of young guns. A lot of young guns.
It's fun, dude. It's very fun. Couple guys to do potential MJC originals on. You know.
Potential.
But I think that's going to do it for the AFC South. That's going to do it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Whatever thoughts you guys have on the Jags, Titans, Texans. All that good stuff, bro. Max, do you have anything else?
No, just like, comment, subscribe. We're grateful for all the viewership, guys.
Yep. We out. See you next time. Peace.